Hello friends, welcome to another video on socket programming in Python programming language. Here, we are going to build a client server program where the client is going to transfer a large text file to the server via a TCP socket. So let's start the code. So here in this program, we have three files. First is client.py, second is the friends final.txt text file, and the third is server.py. So this second file, the friends final.txt basically is a text file containing the textual data, the dialogues between the persons of the friends series. So we're going to transfer this file. The client is going to read this file and send this textual data to the server. The server is going to receive it and save it in another text file. Okay, so this is basically a 15 MB file. You can see the size 15 MB. This is not a small text file. 15 MB basically containing huge text. You can also see how much textual data it contains, the number of line it contains. So from this you can get the idea. It's basically a large file. So we're gonna, this time we're not going to send small file, just large file. So now we're gonna start writing the code for the server part. First of all, we are going to import the socket library. Second, we're going to import the tqdm library. Tqdm is basically a progress bar. As we are transferring a large file, so we need some kind of progress bar to see how much the transfer has taken place and how much is left. Okay. Okay, next we're gonna define some important thing first. That first is IP. Here in this program, both the client and the server are going to be on the same computer. So you can use the local host as the IP address, or we can say the loopback address, that is 127.127.0.0.1. But you can also use it automatically. You can use a socket function and get the IP address automatically. That is host name. Okay, so we're gonna use this socket function, socket dot get host by name. Okay, next we need to get the host name, so we're going to use function socket dot get host name. Okay, now we need a port number. We can say 4455. So try to use port greater than 1024. Basically they are the standard port number from 1 to 1024. So don't use standard port. Maybe some standard port are after that also. Just try to use any port which is freely available, or just try to use port number greater than 5000. Okay, so we have the IP address and the port number. Now we're going to create a tuple containing these IP and the port. Okay, it should be a comma. Okay, now we have a tuple of IP and port. Now we need a variable called size, because we are going to transfer the text data. Okay, so this is the size of transfer takes place in a one at a moment, and the format is going to be UTF-8, because we need to encode this textual data and then decode it. So this should be a fixed format. Okay, now we're going to define our main function. Okay, so we're going to start a TCP server, socket. Socket dot af underscore inet. This is basically specifying internet version 4. And here we're going to say that we want to create a TCP socket. So here we have written socket dot sock underscore stream. So this basically mean a TCP connection. TCP is basically connection oriented protocol. So what does connection oriented protocol means? That it first establish a connection between the client and the server, and then data transfer takes place. Unlike in case of UDP protocol, which is connectionless protocol, the UDP protocol does not care about whether connection is established or not. It just sends the data and does not worry about whether the data is received properly or not, or it is lost. What happened to data, it does not care about. Okay, so next we're gonna bind the IP with the port number. So we're gonna provide the ADDR tuple, basically contain the IP and the port. Okay, next we're gonna listen for the client. Okay, let's print a message here. that we are listening for the client, listening. Okay, now the client, the server is waiting for the client to connect. Now if the server accept the connection, let's assume the server has accepted the connection, server dot accept. So it has accepted the connection. Just print client connected from, okay, let's write f here, and we're gonna say addr 0 and addr 1. So this addr variable contain the address, ip, and the port number, and connection is basically the socket through which we're gonna send and receive the data from the client. Okay, so this part is complete here for the client, for the server. Now we're gonna move to the client part. Okay, so for the we can copy some basic things from here. Let's copy this entire program and we're gonna modify it. We also need the operating system library for the client. Okay, now for the client, okay, we need some more variable, that is first of all the file name. So we're gonna copy this file name. Okay, so now, and we also need the file size. That's why we have imported this OS library to calculate the file size. What is the size of the file? Okay, now we have file size also. Now let's move to this main. So here we're gonna rename it to client. Okay, and for the client we don't need to bind and listen, we just directly need to connect to the server, client dot connect, and we're going to specify the tuple called addr contain the ip and the port combination. Okay, now if the client is connected to the server, then first of all we're going to send the server the name of the file, okay, and the size. So data is equals to f string, we're going to say file name separated by underscore and file size. Okay, so we're going to send this data to the server. So we're going to say client dot send. Okay, and inside we're going to say data dot encode. Before sending any textual data, we need to encode it to a proper format, and we are using UTF-8 as the common format for both the client and the server. Okay, so the message is sent to client. Now, oh, the client has sent the file name and the file size to the server, so server is also going to respond back. Okay, so we're going to receive a message from the client dot receive. We're going to receive a data of not more than 1024. At a time we're going to receive a data of this much bytes only. Okay, not greater than, not less than. So this is the buffer size, and we're going to decode it to appropriate format. Okay, now we're going to print this message. So we're going to say server and msg. Let's specify fa. Okay, now we have sent the file name and file size, receive message. Now let's move to the server part again, and at the server side we're going to receive it also. Okay, we can say data is equals to connection. This is the connection of the this is a socket. The conn variable basically is socket, which helps to communicate with the client, and this server is basically to connect to the server. So these are two different sockets. So we're going to say connection dot receive size, and then we're going to decode format. Okay, now we have received the data. Let's print it. Let's say data, and we're going to see what we have received. Server.py. Okay, okay, it just closes. I knew what is happening. It doesn't wait for the client to connect. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna write some more program into it. Okay, let's write the program, then we're gonna run it, because otherwise one program the server would run and closes again. Here you can see it just run and closes because it doesn't wait for the client. So we need to write some more line of code. So you can see data is in the format, like let's say file name, then underscore, then file size. Okay, this is the format. So we need to separate it out. We're going to separate first the file name, then file size. So let's do it. We're going to say item equals to data dot split, and it is separated by underscore. Okay, so file name is equals to item 0. Okay, it's a string, so it's going to remain the same. And file size is going to be, because it should be an integer value. Okay, item 1. Okay, now we're going to print a message on the screen. File name and file size received from the client. Okay, now we're going to send a message back to the client. We're going to say file name and size received, and we're gonna encode it. Okay, so here send this. Now next we need to send the file. Okay, so next is the transmission of the data between the server and the client. So server is going to receive the data. Okay, let's now move to the client. Okay, now client has sent the file name and file size, server receive it, server send the message back. Okay, this is good. Okay, next what the client do? So next we will use this tqdm function to create a progress bar. Okay, I'm gonna say bar equals to tqdm. First is the range, the file size. Okay, next is the message. We are sending the file name, sending this, and after that there are some variables which we need to fill. Unit b, unit scale is equals to true, and next we're gonna say unit divisor is basically the size. Okay, so this is good. We have the progress bar. Now we're gonna open the file name. Okay, we're gonna read it as a simple text file. Okay, now we're gonna run a loop, a while loop, an infinite while loop. We're gonna read the data within this loop. F dot read size. Okay, so we're gonna read this data, but if this data is not, if not data, this means if the data is empty, so this means transmission is complete. So we're gonna break the loop here, this while loop we're gonna break here and exit this program. Now if data is there, then we're gonna send the data to the client dot send. Okay, we're gonna say data dot encode, and we're gonna say format. Okay, now we're gonna receive a message from the server back. Every time we're going to send something, we're going to receive a message back. Okay, now we're going to do bar dot update. We also need to update this progress bar. Okay, and we're going to say length of the data. So after this, now just imagine data transfer takes place and all the data is transferred. We're going to go to this statement, and it's going to break the loop. So after the loop is break, we're going to say client dot close. We're going to close the connection. Okay, and we're going to run this. And we're going to say main. So the client program is complete. Now we need to move to the server part. Okay, so we can copy something from the client, like this progress bar. We can copy it and make few changes. Like instead of here we're gonna say sending, we're gonna say receiving. we are receiving the file. Now again here we need with open, we need to open the file. We're gonna say receive. So here we're gonna write the data. That's why I am writing receive, because both the file would contain the same name, but there should not be two files with same name. So that's why I've written receive before the actual file name. And we're gonna write it a simple text file, no binary or other format. Okay, again a while loop, but here instead of reading from the file, like in the client case, it read the data from the file. Okay, it has a source of data from the file, its source of data is file, but here the source of data is the TCP connection. The client is going to send that data, so here the source of data is client. So we're going to say data is equals to connection dot receive size, and we're going to decode it format. Okay, now again if not data, if data is empty, is none, we're going to say break. Okay, then f dot write. Now we're going to write the data into the text file, and we're going to send a message to the server, not the server, the client. The server is going to send a message to the client. So we're going to say data received. It's your choice whether you want to print this message on both the side or not, but I don't want this message to be written, so I'm not going to written on the console. So we're going to again update the bar, the information, the amount of data we have received. Okay, now if everything we have received is okay, but the client stop sending us the data, okay, this means server stop receiving the data. This means that this condition would be true, and it would break this while loop, and we would exit this while loop, and after that we're going to close the client connection with the client. We're going to say conn dot close, and after that we're going to close the server. Now we're going to say if name is equals to main, and we're going to call the main function. Okay, yeah, before that we are trying to run this program, we haven't called this main function. Okay, so that's the issue. Okay, now let's run it. Okay, we have there's something issue, line number 38, and I know what it is. It's basically, it should be here also, and it should be here. Okay, okay, so you can see it's listening for the client. Okay, I have written this printf here, and I know what the issue is. And you can also see printf. I know, because I also work with C programming language, so I have a habit of writing printf sometime. So it's in the line number 21 on the client part. It should be print. Okay, and we also the same thing on the server side on line number 25. Server line number 25, we have this printf. It should be print, not printf. Again, we're gonna run the server. Okay, so address is already in use, so we need to change the port, because the port is already we have used now, but we haven't closed the connection as appropriately, so that's why it's already in used. So we're gonna increase the port number by 1 on both. So both the port number and the address, the IP, should remain the same for both the server and the client. You can see now the program is running, it's listening. Now let's hope everything would work good. Okay, so you can see it's done such fast rate. So here you can see at the client side, client has sent the file name, server send the message, file name and the file size received, and this is the progress bar which I am telling you. That this progress bar basically tells how much transfer takes place. You can see the speed is so fast because we are on the same machine. If you are on the different machine, then maybe this transfer rate would be slow. And on the server side, you can see it's listening, then client connected from this local host, loopback address, and this port number, and file name and the file size received from the client, and you're receiving this file. So let's open this. So you can see here we have two files now. So you can see the initial final.txt is of 15 MB. You can see 088 byte, last 3 byte is it. And here this is the file which is received by the server. Its name is receive underscore file friends final.txt. So here you can see again 15 MB, and we can see the last 3 bytes are also same. So this is just that. So this is like a complete transfer between this client and the server. So here's how you transfer a bigger file, a bigger size file. Even you can use much bigger than this 15 MB. Okay, here it is shown 15 MB, but exactly here you can see it's 14.3 MB. So I hope I was able to clear the concept for you, that how you're gonna transfer a bigger text file successfully. So here this is just an example. The code would be available on GitHub, and if you have any issue or anything or any problem, so just comment below or contact me on my social media. So I hope you enjoy the video and get some new information. If I able to give you some new information, then please subscribe the channel for more such videos, and also like the video, share it with your friends. So thank you, have a nice day.